Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomeizer. Here's another video where I want to take a few minutes and help you decode big words and also give you some spelling tips to carry around up here and use when you need. Now, I've got an interesting show for you today. We're going to take a look at 2 words and then a few more words after that. So let's get ready. Now, I'm about to show you a word and I want you to read it right out loud to whoever you're there with. What is this word? All right, you got it. What's this word? These 2 words are really tricky. They're very similar. The top word is reapplied, and the bottom word is replied. They look alike. So I want to take a moment and I want to illustrate the difference, because I have a feeling you may have thought or even read replied when you went to read the top word, reapplied. But first, I want you to think of the fable, the tortoise and the hare. Like all fables, the tortoise and the hare comes with a moral, a life lesson. As you know, the moral of the tortoise and the hare is slow and steady wins the race. But that's really only applies if you're in a race. The life lesson, I think, is slow and steady. And slow and steady is good advice for when you're reading big words like reapplied. Right? Now, the tortoise would come along to a word like reapplied, and he'd take this slow and steady. And he may not read it correctly, at least he's going to be responsible and take it slow and steady. The hare, however, the hare is in a rush. The hare is impatient. The hare is going to fly through this word like this. And it's very likely the hare is going to make a mistake with a tricky word like reapplied. So before we compare reapplied with replied, I want you to compare these 2 runners. Which one are you, the tortoise or the hare? Go. You can see the tortoise. Yeah, he's not going to win the race, but he is going to be responsible. Take decoding slow and steady. Now, let's look at the comparison between the word reapplied and the word the impatient hare might read instead when he rushes through. Replied. Right? They're very similar. They both start with RE and they both end with the suffix ED. There's a syllable ply in the middle towards the end. So with the ED ending, there's a syllable plied in both of these words. The big difference is there's an extra syllable in reapply, that AP. See it? Right, we're going to take a look at that real quick because there's confusion here. How might the hare confuse reapplied with replied? Well, let's see. Reapplied has the RE, it has the plied. Like I just mentioned, the difference is the AP, the app, that syllable app. But what might the hare see when he rushes through reapplied? When you mark, get set, go, yoink. The hare might look at that EA vowel pair and just say reap, because it also looks like reapplied, replied. And that's how you may have confused reapplied with replied. Replied. Right? It has to do with that tricky vowel pair EA. So we're going to explore that EA in this show. Right now, I just want to review the syllables. I think we have already, but just to be sure, reapplied, the last syllable applied is the stressed syllable in red. Replied, also the stressed syllable in red, replied. So let's look at the root word of reapplied. It comes from an old Latin word, applicare. Looks like applicare. You read it slowly. Applicare in Latin means to attach to or to connect. It makes me think of puzzle pieces. Applicare, to connect. Now, curiously enough, that's where we get the word apply. It doesn't really mean attach to or connect in English. Apply has to do with spread on a surface, like sunblock. Right? It's summertime as I'm making this video, and people all over are applying sunblock. Spread on the surface of your skin. Also, apply means to make a formal request. Like you can apply for a job, for example. Right? You're probably too young to do that, but once you're 16, or maybe a little earlier. Anyway, that's the word apply. It has a few meanings. But with the prefix re, that prefix re means again, we've got the word reapply. That is a verb, to apply again. And here's sunblock again. Summertime, you've got to apply sunblock. You got to do it again. You do not want a sunburn. Sunburns stink, not literally. So we've got the verb reapply. Take a look at the Y. To make it reapplied, we're going to drop that Y and add an I. I'm going to back up here. Here's a reminder of the drop Y, add I rule. Here's Y and I. Drop Y and add an I. Why? Because I said so. Drop Y, add an I. Why? Because I said so. It's a way to remember that rule. Anyway, we're going to drop the Y, add an I, and put the suffix ed, and we've got the word reapplied, and that's the story of reapplied. Now, the root word of replied is also an old, oops, I better get out of the way. It's also an old Latin word, replicare. Replicare, looks like replicare. It's pronounced differently in Latin. Replicare means to fold back in Latin. So I want you to think of yoink. When you make paper airplanes, you have to fold back paper. That's one way to think of it. Now, replicare, that's Latin. In French, in Old French, there was a word, replier. Replier, see that I? Replier in Old French meant to turn back. So you can think of, to make sense of that, think of a U-turn. If you're in the car with mom or dad and they miss a turn, they make a U-turn. Replier. And that is where we get the English word reply. And what does reply have to do with turn back or fold back? Well, reply means to respond, to answer. And so based on its origin, you can think of it as meaning to call back, like, hello, 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 I'm here. Call back. And that makes me think of the origin, turn back or fold back, right? So reply, take a look at that Y. We're going to drop that Y and add an I. Why? Because I said so. And add the ed suffix, and we've got the word replied. It's past tense verb, replied. And that's the story of reply. And we all know what replied means. You can reply to a text, to a phone call, to an email, all sorts of ways you can reply. Now, try this. Usually, right about now, I have a fluency exercise, but I'm doing something different today. I'm about to show you a word again. I want you to read it out loud. What's this word? What's this word? All right, up top is the word realize. Down below is realize. And realize. That's the difference between realize and realize. Again, it's that tricky EA. So this is just a little quiz on some words that have that tricky EA vowel pair, right? Realize, realize. What's this word? What's this word? Okay, I'm trying to trick you again. Up top is reassess. Down below is recess. Look, reassess. Recess. Okay, there's a difference. Again, I need you to know that EA can make a funny sound. You can hear both the E and the A, like up top and reassess. What's this word? Ooh, I'm in the way. That's a big word. Are you taking it like the tortoise? What's this word? The top word is reappearing. Down below is repairing. All right, this one's really tricky. See the RE prefix? Maybe that'll help you see the word appearing up top. And down below you see re and pairing. Reappear. I'm saying pair. Now you got me getting fooled. Reappearing, and that's the trick to reappearing, because it looks like repairing. The pair, peer. That's something that may have fooled you with this pair of words. Ooh, get out of here, ing. And the last one, what's this word? How about this one? All right, another tricky pair of words. The top word is reassemble. Down below is resemble. Look, reassemble. Resemble. Actually, that S makes a Z, resemble. All right. So, why are you still? That's going to do it for today. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, where you can find videos just like this one. I post them every weekday to help readers in 2nd through 6th grade decode big words and give them lots of spelling tips. They're also for beyond 6th grade and before 2nd grade if they're ready for a challenge. Mom or dad can follow me on Facebook at the Fluency Awesomizer. In my photos, there are over 200 fluency exercises just like this, similar to some of the fun we just had. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Come back and see me again soon at the Fluency Awesomizer. Bye.